I'm Dr. David Beaulieu, and I'm here with more news you can use. Do you realize that butter consumption has just reached a 40-year high? We've made so many things that are good for us bad through the media. The media always likes a bad story more than a good story. People like to hear about the disasters rather than the good stuff. There are no bad fats. Organic butter is good for you. And that's just the way it is. And people are beginning to figure it out. Margarine's not good, and people are staying away from it. Good for you. The healthy spreads, I put that in quotes, are really a culprit. They've created lots of problems, and they've contributed to the heart disease, the cancer, the diabetes, the Alzheimer's problems that we see. And it's a shame. You know, there are people like Brian Peskin, who's written the PEO Solutions. There are people like Mary Enig, a PhD, authority on fat, who've really leading the way when it comes to teaching us about good fat and why it's so important. And we know that at the cellular level, each cell is like a little city. It's full of energy-producing factories. When it comes to lining tissue, it's full of little factories that secrete things from hydrochloric acid to mucus to all kinds of various things, joint lubrication. And it's composed of three layers. The cell wall that surrounds the cell and then is an intricate part all throughout the cell known as the endoplasmic reticulum is composed of three levels, a layer of protein, a layer of fat, and a layer of protein. And it's the layer of fat in between in this outer cell wall that draws the oxygen that we've got to have for optimum energy production out of the red blood cell and into the cell. If you've eaten a lot of man-made processed foods, man-made processed fats, that fat has lost its ability to attract oxygen. When that happens, we have all kinds of problems at the cellular level. Cancer is the first thing that comes to my mind. But it contributes to heart disease, it contributes to diabetes, it contributes to Alzheimer's disease. We need to increase the fat in our diet from a caloric standpoint to the point where it's 50 to 70%, according to many of these authorities. I've talked to you about the PEO Solution by Brian Peskin at other times. It is one of the most important books, I think, of this century. It talks about cancer and heart disease. Dr. Peskin, Mr. Peskin is an engineer. They don't do research the way we do in medical science. When they're done with their research, what they tell us is, you can put your money on this one. We've done the research. Fat is good for you. You've got to have it. Without it, the body just gets sick. The only really bad fat is man-made processed fat. Nature's fat is good fat. Don't be afraid of nature's fat. You need it to be healthy. There's a lot of information on parent essential fatty acids on my website, and you're going to hear a lot more about it on these news you can use. Because if we're going to turn the health travesty that is occurring in this country around, if we are going to greatly reduce heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, we're going to have to change our thinking about fat. We're going to have to change it fast. that means you.